everybody, and welcome to the next episode of the Wayward Lasses All the Things podcast. I'm Brittany, joined by my mother, Amy.
Hello, ladies.
And my sister, Courtney.
Hello, sister.
Hello, sister. You started immediately with a smack.
Did I?
Hello, ladies. Yes. Oh, God. Okay, so today we are going to be talking about a little quote that I found online. But before we do that, we are going to do some trivia, and Mom has got it. So, Mother, please start us
Take
off.
it away. Well, in honor, I did it again, of the solar eclipse, I figured I'd throw some trivia out there regarding the solar eclipse.
Come on.
So, here we go. Question number 1. After the April 8th, 2024 event, when will the next total solar eclipse take place in the United States? November 5th, 2024, August 2nd, 2027, August 23rd, 2044, or August 12th, 2045.
B.
Have you not heard anything on the news about the next one?
No.
Oh my goodness.
Nope.
Guesses, Courtney?
2027.
That's B. It is actually in 20 years. So August 23rd,
Wow.
2044.
We just had another one recently because,
Today?
no, before that. When was the last one?
Was it a solar eclipse? Okay, so in the United States, though, because it can occur, right? But can it be visible in the U.S.?
What was the question?
When will the next total solar eclipse take place in the United States?
I don't remember when it was, but there was a total solar eclipse that went through Cullowhee and Silva. So we got to see it. We got to see a total solar eclipse, and it was pretty cool. And we were actually hanging out in the river, watching it with our glasses. But it was a total solar eclipse.
Oh, well, that's your assignment. Go look that up. Okay.
It couldn't have been that long ago.
Go look it up.
No, the next one will be in 20 years, but the last one I think was like 10 years ago.
Yeah, you lived in Cullowhee then.
2017.
There you go.
7 years ago.
So that was 7 years ago?
2017, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
All right, let's move on.
Okay.
As the moon blocks out the sun's surface, the sun's outer atmosphere is visible. What is the outermost layer called? Sun rays, corona, photosphere, Nelly, because it's hot in here.
Corona.
Corona. I like Corona.
It is corona.
Nice.
A couple more.
Great.
Okay.
How often do total solar eclipses occur anywhere across the world?
18
Every 12
months.
months, every 18 months, every 10 years, every 375 years.
I read that. I read 18 months. The one thing I read on Facebook, which is my source of news, is now solar eclipses happen every 18 months. So,
Brittany, do you want to go with Facebook or do you have another reliable source?
I trust Courtney's reliable source.
Okay. Courtney's reliable source is correct. All right. How about this one? Which popular young adult book series is named after moon and sun phenomena?
Twilight.
Good Night Moon, Burn After Reading, The Sun Also Rises, Twilight.
Twilight.
Oh, Twilight, you are correct. Very good. And the last one. Which president looked at the sun during a solar eclipse without special glasses? Was it George Washington, Donald Trump, Thomas Jefferson, or Marge Simpson?
Definitely March.
I peeked at it without glasses. So all of them probably.
Not quite. She must pick one. That's not an option.
like Thomas Jefferson should know better. So
Donald
maybe,
Trump.
maybe Donald Trump.
Donald Trump is correct. All right.
Yay.
That does it
Good
for
job. Good
Wait.
job with the trivia.
All right.
So before we hop into today's episode, hop. I think we've been absent for a week. We have been gone for a little bit. I was in Mexico for a week. Courtney was in Disney for a week, and Mom
Is going this weekend
North
to
Carolina.
Wilmington.
you going where?
Wilmington for the weekend.
Oh, you are very nice.
It's very nice.
Oh, nice. Is somebody having a car drive outside their house right now?
Oh yeah, you heard that?
I did.
No.
Well,
It's very weird.
Oh.
It's a very loud truck.
oh,
Well, we are back in action. And today I wanted to read a quote to you that I found online and just wanted to talk to you about the headspace and the mindset that it makes me think about and just to share with you guys. So here it is. Marriage is hard. Divorce is hard. Choose your hard. Obesity is hard. Being fit is hard. Choose your hard. Being in debt is hard. Being financially disciplined is hard. Choose your hard. Starting a business is hard. 9 to 5 is hard. Choose your hard. Life will never be easy, but you can always choose your hard. Choose wisely. I don't know, for some reason that really stuck out to me, and I found myself this week, if I came across a situation where I didn't want to do something, I thought of the alternates. I could do this and get this result, or if I don't do this, this will be the result. Which path do I want to take? And I found myself more often than not doing the thing that I really needed to do because I thought about that. I took that mental moment to have that battle with myself, thought about the different pathways that I could go, and I chose my hard. For me, it's kind of like choosing your character, one of those books where you can choose, like, if you want to go in the office, go to page 379. If you want to go outside, go to page 12. Like, you choose your own battle, choose your own story kind of thing. And I don't know, it's just helpful for me to revamp it and reword it like that. I know we've talked about, like, do the 5-second countdown or, say this motivational thing. But this one really stuck out to me. I don't know. What do you guys think about it?
I'm looking at each one of them. I think it depends on the situation. Marriage is hard. Divorce is hard. Choose your hard. So I can speak to that directly. Both were hard. I think in that situation, at least for me, and everybody's situation is different, you do the marriage is hard thing for quite some time. And yeah, I guess after a while, it didn't work, right? But mine is a different situation too, because when I got married, I was very young, almost right out of high school. So, you kept trying and you kept trying and try. And then the divorce is hard, right? Because you guys were impacted by that. So my mindset was to make sure that you weren't impacted by, usually when parents get divorced, it becomes this fight or this you put the kids in the middle and you make them choose, right? So I was determined to not let that happen and make your father a part of your life as much as possible and not put any, building blocks, roadblocks up for him. But I think from your perspective, it was hard for you guys. But again, from my perspective, both were hard. I went down both choices. So again, I think it's depending on what the situation is, because when I look at obesity is hard, being fit is hard, right? I could.
Let's stop there real quick, because I feel like it's speaking to me in a different way. So, for example,
Yeah. Okay.
like if something happened between me and Alex, right? Maybe there was a situation where something bothered me. I can choose to be calm and speak with him about it and find a way to make our marriage stronger, or I can ignore it, let it build inside, and like eventually lead us towards divorce. So for me, it's more of a like the daily choices that I'm making. Am I going to make choices that make my marriage last, even though it's good? Because it's going to be hard. Like, marriage is hard. Or am I going to be making choices that are going to eventually lead us down the road of divorce because I'm not sharing my feelings and we're not communicating and we're not, having dates and doing all of those types of things. That's how, at least that first part, or how these are hitting me. What do you think, Court?
Yeah, I'm also getting a little bit of a different perspective. For me, this is about perspective. This quote is about perspective. It's about not knowing. You don't always know what another person's going through. We always assume that the grass is greener. So it's like, yeah, marriage is hard. I hear you. But guess what? Divorce is hard too. So which hard are you going to go with? Are you going to go with putting in the work and doing the hard with marriage? Or are you going to go through the hard stuff of divorce? It's like putting it into perspective, your life. To me, that's how this speaks to me, is in the moment when I'm having a hard time and I'm complaining about my hard time that I'm having, I can think about the flip side of it. Well, is it, if I give up on this marriage, then we're just using marriage and divorce. There's a lot more to the quote, obviously, but we're just using marriage and divorce as the first one. But if I give up on this marriage because I think it's too hard, well, then that's going to put me down the path of divorce, and that's going to be hard as well. So the end of the quote says, life is full of hard choices. So you have to choose. You have to make choices in your life. So you're not going to find an easy path. There is no easy path. No matter what you choose is going to be an obstacle. So instead of taking the victim mentality, things are happening to me, you get to choose. But either way, it's going to be hard. But you are in control. You're in the driver's seat of your life, and you can make those choices. That's how it's talking to me. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. That's how I see it when it talks about the fitness one. Being obese is hard, and then being fit is hard. So I think back to when I was like bigger. I was almost 200 pounds. And I remember the hardships I was dealing with, not feeling comfortable in my own skin, talking down to myself in the mirror, hating how I looked in clothes, not wanting to go out because I hated the way I looked, and just all of that hardship. Versus now that I work out, the hardship of, oh, okay, I got to work out, or like, oh my gosh, this rep is super hard, this one's killing me. They're both very difficult.
Yeah.
Which hard do I want, though? Do I want this hard, or do I want that hard? And when I put those two into perspective, when I have to come down and make a decision, I'm like, I'm choosing this way. I want this hard.
Yeah. It's about choosing the battle you're going to fight. That's how it's speaking to me. Life is life. Everyone's going to come. Trials and tribulations are going to come. We'll all have battles to fight. So which battle are you going to fight?
Well, it's correct then to say too, it depends on what the situation is, right? It's all about choices, but for something like marriage, I would hope you would put in the hard work rather than choose, divorce. Again, it's all perspective, but if it's something like, starting a business versus your 9 to 5, what are you going to put your work into doing? So it's,
right.
It's perspective, and it varies by situation. At least, that's what I'm thinking too.
No, I think you're right. But I think that each of the little stanzas here can be unique in everyone's situation. And to me, I think that the deeper underlying point of it is not to individualize it, but to just make a general statement that life is hard, but we get to choose. We can choose which hard we're going to, like the fitness thing. I can say I'm not going to the gym because it's hard, and my workouts are hard, or I'm going to give up because it's hard. It's a mindset thing. But then again, if I become obese and now I'm not healthy and now I have medical issues because I'm not properly taking care of myself, okay, well, that's hard too. So it's like in the moment when you want to complain and you want to say this is too hard, consider the alternative, and that's hard as well. So choose which hard you're going to have. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I would agree then there, because I think ultimately these are things that you have control of. You make the choice of which path you want to go down. Life is not easy, right?
Yeah.
So what work are you going to put in? Go ahead.
Again, this is not an all-encompassing, to me, this is speaking about mindset. This is not an all-encompassing, sometimes people get sick with an incurable disease, and did they choose that? No. So we're not saying, oh, well, you should have chosen the gym and a healthy lifestyle because now you've chosen, we're not saying that. Like, things happen in life. A spouse may walk out. You didn't do anything to deserve that, so something could have happened and the stock market drops or whatever, and you lose money. Like, those are things that you can't control. So for me, this quote is really talking about your mindset. When you are thinking something is too hard, consider the alternative, and that is going to be equally as hard. So make that decision in your mind. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. And being a teacher and a coach, so I was going to say, yes, I agree to that, especially being a coach and a teacher. I have seen so many kids just at least quit because it was too hard, especially when it came to guard, even in college. Rehearsals got too hard, or a skill was too hard, or we were working them too hard, and they just quit. And to me, this quote or these stanzas, they really stand out of like, choose your hard. And I think that can be said for a lot of people nowadays. I see this because I'm a recruiter, and I, obviously recruit people, but a lot of people do quit when things get hard. And I completely agree with you, Courtney, that it is definitely a mindset and a perspective thing. And just to think about those alternatives. Okay, this is too hard, but what's the alternative? And what's that path going to look like? And then choose.
Yeah.
It's really interesting, though, that you said people that you've seen they just quit when it gets hard. I know that's probably another whole topic that we could talk about, is why is that? Is that something that's learned? Is it something that you are born with? Is it something, why is that? Because I've not really seen that until now.
I think it's fear of change.
That's a good one.
Like we live in a world where you can find the answer immediately. You just search something on your phone. You can contact somebody immediately. You can do things immediately. And when you have to make a change or do something hard, you're entering into the realm of the unknown. You're not sure what the result or the consequence is going to be. And it's scary to do so, to put so much effort in and not know if you're going to come out on top. And I think that unknown scares people, and it makes them quit.
Okay.
How do you court with kids? How would you try to instill, or as a parent, if you have any advice for parents to try to help teach your kids of not just not giving up, but realizing they have options? And it's not just because I know people who like, this always happens to me. I have such bad luck. All bad things always happen to me. But you have choices, and you are making those choices, and you are choosing your hard. Would you have, and I'm putting you on the spot, any advice for parents out there for this?
I don't know if this is good advice, but something I do with my kids is, within reason, I give in to their requests or their complaints. I'll explain. Emma will say something like, "Oh, I don't want to shower tonight. Mommy, it's going to take so long and I don't want to do it." And I'm like, "Okay." She's like, "What?" I'm like, "That's fine. You don't have to shower. When you go to school, you're going to be dirty and your hair is going to be a mess. But if that's how you want to present yourself to your friends, I'll allow it." "Oh, fine. I'll go take a shower." I'm like, "No, you don't have to." And she's like, but then she turns it around on me, and then she'll say, "Tata, Mommy won't let me take a shower."
Oh boy.
She'll say, "Mommy won't let me take a shower."
I'll tell her, "Fine, then don't take a shower." And she'll say, "No, fine, I will." And I'll say, "No, you really don't have to." And then she'll go telling me, "Tata, Mommy says I can't take a shower." And somehow I've now turned into the bad mom who won't let her shower. But things like that, it sounds silly. Within reason, like I'm not going to let them go do things that are going to put their lives in danger. But when sometimes instead of fighting, like I don't want to brush my teeth, I don't want to do this, or sometimes it's a fighting thing. "Mommy," they're arguing about the TV, who can watch on the TV, and I'll present the options. Your options are you can keep fighting, or one of you can use the other TV and do that. But those are your options, and I'm walking away, and I let them kind of work it out. And eventually one of them they'll either fight each other and yell for me, in which I don't interact. I let them figure it out. Or one of them will go to the other TV. So it doesn't always work in every situation, but in the moments where we're about to get into like a fight because she won't listen, I kind of let go a little bit and I give in. And most of the time, now maybe this might backfire on another parent and their kid won't shower for 2 weeks. I'm really sorry if that happens. But yeah, I always present choices. Emma will often say to me, well, I don't have a choice, or I can, or I won't, or I can't. And I'll just say, you do have a choice. It may not be a choice you like. And I always present them with the other option that they have. You don't have to go to the party. You can stay home, and then we talk, like really talking to your kids, I think about it. And when you can, giving them choices, giving them the freedom to make choices, because they are their own people. They are learning to be independent. And imagine how you feel if you woke up and from the minute you woke up, somebody was telling you what to eat for breakfast, telling you to go brush your teeth, picking out your clothes. You'd probably at some point be like, can I do something for myself? Like, leave me alone. And kids get that way sometimes. And I find that it's helpful to sometimes give them the room to make decisions when they can. So I try to give them options and give them choices when I can. So another thing I do is bath night. I'm not going to give you the option of taking a bath or not, but I'll say, do you want to take a bath or a shower? Do you want to take a shower in mommy's shower or your shower? So they're getting an option. The fact that they have to shower is not optional, but I'm giving them options around that thing. And it tends to make them feel like they have a choice in something and they're less likely to fight me. So
I like that. I think it's also helpful sometimes if we talk to ourselves like that. It's like, okay, you don't have to do an hour of weight training. But, if you keep pushing it off, this is what's going to happen. You're going to lose all your progress. Mm-hmm. But here's some options. Maybe you can do some body weight training, or maybe you can do some cardio instead, or maybe you can do some abs or go for a walk or do something to get yourself moving. So I'm going to start talking to myself like you talk to your kids.
Okay, if you don't like this, you could try that.
Speaking of options, this is so funny. So now that we've gone to Mexico, we did this thing with Ryan, we did the working out, and we did, the dieting. Like, we were drinking 2.5 gallons of water a day at some point and just like eating the same food every day. And it was just like, okay, we're done. So now I know things to eat, ingredients. I know I don't really have to count things anymore. So I'm trying to do options for tasty treats. And I have to show you guys this video. It's so simple. It's so simple. I took strawberries and blackberries and I mashed them up. I put in a little keto maple syrup and chia seeds, so it got like thick. I refrigerated them, and then you're supposed to melt. Actually, I froze them. Then you melt dark chocolate and you dip them in the chocolate. Now you have like these hard little chocolate berry things. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'm going to send you guys the video of what I was supposed to make and the video of what I made. I almost burnt the freaking house down because I just put I was like, let me just put chocolate in the microwavable bowl in a bowl, and I put it in there for like 2.5 minutes, and the whole microwave started smoking. I burnt the bowl, I burnt the chocolate. So yeah, I think you guys will enjoy my little pictures of my before and after. But I was giving options, giving choices.
Yeah, I like that though.
Instead of eating a nasty Girl Scout lemon cookie.
You know what I'm getting you for your birthday?
I better not.
Be prepared.
A subscription for lemon cookies.
Lifetime subscription.
We still have to.
You haven't even tried them. How can you hate something that you've never tried?
Of course, I've tried them.
No, they're different. I'm telling you.
I was a Girl Scout.
They're different than when you were Girl Scouts. We're going to get to the bottom of this. I'm going to do some research, okay? Because these cookies have changed. They're massive. They're like this big. I really have to post and poll the audience because
I swear when I was younger, those lemon ones used to have like icing on it.
Yeah, they did.
So they've gotten
worse. Shaped like a lemon slice.
So you're saying they've gotten worse because there's no icing on it anymore?
No, there's still icing, but they're full round guys, and they're softer. Before, I feel like they were more like a cracker. Now they're more like a cookie.
Full round.
No, they're full round. They used to be like this. Now they're like this.
We'll have to put a reel up and settle the debate.
We're going to record the first time you taste it.
I'm sure it doesn't taste bad. The original argument was you broke your diet for a lemon Girl Scout.
That's so good. Let's go have one. Continue the conversation.
You've got 12 more boxes, I bet, right?
I do. That's probably because it was the only sweet thing really in the house for you to eat, right?
No, I just like them.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Your house.
Cookies.
Just trying to help you out.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Sorry, we have a topic
What are we
there,
talking
but we're talking about choices.
Choices. It's hard. Life is hard.
It's gonna be hard. Life's hard, kid. Put your helmet on.
Oh my goodness. No,
Life is a rough ride for sure.
yeah. No, I really do think that this quote is helpful because again, we're not saying it's not a cop out either. We're not saying that like, oh, you're in a bad situation, you did this to yourself. This is not meant to cover every situation. It's more about talking about an everyday mindset. You can choose the battle that you're going to fight today.
Yeah. Either way, it's going to be hard.
Yeah.
Which hard do you want?
Yeah.
And your choice comes with consequences.
Yes.
What's a different word for consequences? It doesn't sound negative.
Outcomes.
There you go. Choices have outcomes.
Effects.
Impacts. Oh, goodness.
Results.
There you go. Each hardship will bring about a different result.
Mm-hmm. Choose the result you want.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you for joining us. Have a wonderful evening.
Does anybody else have anything they want to share?
Yeah.
No.
I like that.
I do. It's really quick and it's totally off topic, but if we're not wearing our wedding rings, I play a joke that we're not married, and Alex lost his, so we're currently not married.
Oh, how did you lose it?
Mexico?
No, it's here somewhere. So it's just funny, like if he forgets to put his ring back on after like he gets his hair and stuff ready, and he leaves the ring here, I'll send him a picture. I'm like, oh, I guess we're not married today. He's just like, shut up. Right now, we are on the hunt for a lost wedding ring.
The hunt for a lost wedding ring.
Yes.
Have you seen it? Okay.
Anybody else have anything to share for the good of the group?
Yeah. Welcome back, everyone. That's all I have to say.
Or you want to close this out?
I could. I do want to say one thing though. I want one little caveat there.
This lemon cookie thing.
Lemon cookie is really, really good, guys. No, you made me lose my train of thought.
I'm sorry.
What was I thinking? Oh, I was thinking like I just want to point out too that making an easier choice, making the easy choice or taking the easy way is sometimes good. Like this is such a hard thing because I keep saying it, but I don't want to give anybody the wrong idea that we're overgeneralizing. We're not. But like if I had, I came home from vacation and I had suitcases and so many things to unpack and I sat in ridiculous traffic and I was done. And the easy thing for me to do was to collapse on my bed and pass out. And guess what I did? I did not challenge myself that day. I chose my heart and it was easy. I laid down on my bed and I passed out. So sometimes the situation does call for taking the easy, path. You have to listen to your body and, it's every situation is different. Choosing my heart that day would have been trying to unpack and do all the laundry when I got home, but I did not. I chose my heart.
I got to add to that too, because it also goes again to it depends on what the situation is, because that isn't life-changing, right? At least to me, that not unpacking your suitcase is not a life-changing event, decision. Whereas something like a marriage, divorce is a life-changing event.
Yeah.
Working 9 to 5 versus your own business, life-changing event. One can argue, well, obesity and being fit, that could be life-changing, right? Because there can be implications or health implications as a result of obesity. Right. But maybe that's where we kind of delineate.
I guess on the flip side of that, though, right? When we were talking about love languages, Alex putting his clothes in the clothes hamper, not a life-changing decision, but constantly not doing it.
It piles up.
It does pile up, right? It's like leading towards, a certain path.
So Alex has to choose his hard. Either put your clothes away, hard, or deal with my wife, hard.
Yeah.
Hard. Which one?
Or when it comes with being obese versus fat, I think that is like a big thing, but I can eat this or I can eat that.
Right.
Choose your heart. I think that there are a lot of
different levels.
Yes, different decisions and steps that we can take that might be easy, might be hard, but in the end, everything you do is going to help you get towards an end goal.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, does indecision help you get towards an end goal?
No.
Are you sure? No? Oh my gosh.
Okay. Well,
All right. Well, anyway, yes, I think that the bottom line that we're talking about here is when you have a choice. It's the word that repeats throughout this whole thing is choose, 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 choose. Things are hard. So what is in your power? What are the things that you have control over that you can choose? You don't have to be the victim of everything that happens in your life. You can make choices. No matter what you do, something hard is going to happen, but choose your battle. Yeah, that's it. So thank you guys for joining us. Thank you. It's true. Choose your battle. You have the power to choose your battle. So choose the one that aligns with your priorities best. How about that?
Yes, I like that. Aligning with your goals.
Aligning with your goals and your priorities. Choose that battle. All right. Well, have a wonderful evening. No, thank you guys for joining us. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe on all of the things. And until next time, we are the Wayward Lasses, reminding you to keep it real. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Thanks for joining. Bye.